Right then. Good afternoon, everybody. Right then, good evening, even for if you're over in the UK where I am. Anyway, we've got ATS today. It's the Washington update. It's been installed. We're on DirectX 11. 1.35 update is done. We've grabbed us off a job. We're going to be heading all the way up to Washington and driving through. We're going to do this in VR. Toxic, how you doing? Welcome. Hopefully the game doesn't crash or anything. I haven't really tested this, so we'll see how we get on. Let me just adjust the headset because I've literally slapped it on my head. Let's check the condition of the truck. I'm not sure if I need to repair it. That's not the right button, is it? That's the one. Nope, we're good. Right, let's go and get the job, shall we? Nah, I can't do multiplayer today because multiplayer hasn't been updated. And I'm not going to roll it back, and Washington's out today, so I thought, yeah, well, I'll just do this instead. I'm hoping this is playing back smooth. So we're just going to go and pick up the job, and then we'll be heading up to Washington.
Keep right, then turn right. Turn right.
Oh, what's up with the PC then?
Keep left, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
Unfortunately, with him telling you go straight on, he doesn't tell you that the lights have changed, and obviously he's not going to, but I didn't really even take that in then. Might want to check your temperatures, make sure your temps aren't getting silly.
Keep right, then turn right. Turn right. Keep left, then turn left.
Well, the only other thing then really is check all your drivers are up to date or any recent updates roll back.
Arrive at your destination.
Freight. Ah, but you'll be landed Wednesday birthday. Is that soon, I'm guessing? Hey Equalizer, how you doing? Am I streaming in lower graphics? No, just the VR is in lower graphics to make sure it's running fine. Why, is it looking like it's lower? Shouldn't be. Obviously I can't see the stream, so I'll have a quick look. Nope, doesn't say anything. Let me know if you've got any problems, because I'll have to have a look at the settings then. Make sure 1080 is clicked on YouTube. If not, refresh YouTube and just let me know. Right, hold on. That's the wrong button. 1,290 miles, and we're gonna need fuel. Mind the curb. Toxic, I wouldn't have a clue. People want to sub, they sub. It's as simple as that. It's not like you can hold a gun to the head.
Keep left, and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
Yes, I threw money at them. If only. I'm guessing I can take this lane.
Keep right, then exit right.
Actually, it's quite nice having the sat-nav, especially in VR. Saves you having to look at the dash so often.
Exit right.
That's saying straight on, that's not exactly straight on. With the Division 2, well, I got to the end of the first lot of main missions. Then obviously it steps up the level again, and I haven't really got back into it yet. I obviously need to. I have talked about doing it, but it's just finding the time to do it. I'm sure I'll squeeze it back in at some point. Take care, Toxic. There's a few games coming out in there, really. Obviously, there's the new Microsoft Flight Simulator, which always looks nice. Isn't there a new, oh, what's the name now? It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of what it is. Oh, jeez. Oh, my mind's gone blank and it's doing my head in now. Great. Oh, what is the name of it? I can picture the character as well, but I can't remember the name.
Go straight on.
No, it's first-person shooter. Oh, man. Oh, there's a new Wolfenstein coming out, isn't there? So I might pick that up as well, because I've always enjoyed those ones. So even though it's new characters coming in, kind of fancy that. I've always enjoyed the game. It's always been a bit tongue-in-cheek. There's the new Cyberpunk. Quite like the look of that. Could be interesting. Toying with the idea of F1 2019. There's quite a few things coming out, and it's just like, ugh. If you add even more games in, where are you going to find the time to play them? Lucky enough, Microsoft isn't out until next year. They're good games. I've enjoyed the recent additions to those, to be honest. Every single one I've bought, played right the way through to the end and enjoyed. Yeah, Cyberpunk, you know, it's one of these games I like to see how it runs, because graphically it looks impressive. Is it one that's pushing the limits, or is it going to be nice and easy for most PCs? Gonna take a fuel stop because I know I need fuel. Hey Kev, how you doing? I'm doing very well, thank you. Alright, hold on. Where's my stop button? Engine. Right, let's fill her up. Off they go. Do you know what? I'm getting the feeling maybe I should have rebooted my PC before I actually started streaming. I can see a little couple of glitches, but it's playing smooth. I tell you what, that sunset looks absolutely awesome in VR. Right, onward we go, all the way to Washington. That's if this truck actually moves in front. Come on, dude. Or do I just go round because this guy just doesn't want to go anywhere? I've got a chat box up above. So it kind of captures the chat window and feeds it into the VR headset on top of the game. Right, someone's got to make a move because this guy's not going, so... Nah, I'm back on the Vive. I've given the ref. I sent the Rift S back. I think my verdict on a Rift S from the short time I had it, if you don't have VR and you're not spending a fortune on a headset, then I would say get a Rift S. If you've already got a Vive or an Oculus, is the Rift S a worthy upgrade? Probably not. And if you don't mind splashing the cash, then I would probably suggest Valve Index or a HP Reverb for now. But I'm going to wait and see what the Valve Index is like, and then I'll decide whether I'll go for the Index or a HP Reverb. And hopefully by the time I've made my decision there'll be some discounts on the HP Reverb if I decide to go for that. Right, I need to find my lights. So one of these, It's that one. Oh, you know, if I didn't have a valve, I don't know why I keep saying that. If I didn't have a Vive, then I probably would say, yeah, okay, you know, I would go for something like that. But because I've because I've obviously got this one, I've experienced the VR, it was like, yeah, it's better, but it's not a significant upgrade over what I've got. So, to be honest, it was like, it's not really worth me going for the Rift S. You know, I'm after a lot more in terms of visual clarity, so I think the Index is a good option, but from all intents and purposes, the HP Reverb gets a really good write-up when it comes to sim racing and, you know, single or seated VR experience. So it's high on my list, the Reverb, but I just want to see what Valve does. Okay, that's all right. Don't want that. Hey Jasper, how did you get on with ETS and VR? You got motion sick straight away. I'm shocked that so many people seem to be getting motion sick, especially in something like VR, especially in something like ETS. The only thing I can think, ATS and ETS are really difficult to drive smoothly. Yeah, I think I'll have to do a separate video on feedback settings for some games, because I have, obviously if you were to watch the previous videos, there are a few times I would have shown because people have asked whilst I've been streaming the game. But obviously that's no good for people who want to know but don't want to trawl through all the videos to find it. Well, make sure, Jasper, make sure that the game is running at 90 frames per second if you're running something like an Oculus. Or if you're using a Rift S, then you want to make sure you're running at, you know, 80. Because if it's running, you know, asynchronous time warp or anything like that, some people don't like or get on with that. So you may find you need to knock the settings down, especially in ATS and ETS. I do. You know, I actually run mine with, I think it's, which one is it? It's a time warp of some form, based on the game itself. I don't switch it off because I find it gives me a much smoother frame rate with it switched on, whereas a lot of people recommend to turn it off, but it's personal preference. Yeah, get something like there's a VR FPS counter you can get. At least then you can see in game what your frames per second are doing without having to, you know, put your headset on, play the game, and then come out and check your settings and the frames per second on the desktop. Yep, got the forest machinery, I picked it up today. I'm not quite sure how much this tank holds. Uh, 1066, we should be good. Oh, we were down in Las Vegas or somewhere, if I remember correctly. So we've got a good 20, 30 hour trek. But it goes right the way up to the very top. So we'll be going through a few cities in Washington. Unfortunately, I haven't, because this is a new profile, I haven't bought any garages on the map. I've only got the one, so it means I've got to travel from there every time. Still haven't fathomed out how to turn those pop-ups off. Well, hopefully it's not going to be nighttime all the time, so we may... let's have a look whilst we're driving this. What have we got time-wise? I didn't check. So we've got 54 hours to do this job. Eek! Destination, Bellingham. Well, at least the good news is it's getting dark now, so by the time we get there it'll be getting light. Right, let's put the pedal to the metal a little bit and put the cruise control on. Yeah, considering I do ATS and VR, I thought, nah, I'm not going to go back to the monitors to see Washington. I'm going to do this in VR and enjoy VR with that. It'll be something different as well. And I'll tell you what, the Vive is pitch black when it comes to nighttime, whereas the Rift S was very much a greyish black. The OLED panels in the Vive really do make a difference when it comes to dark scenes. Well, what's that all about then? I've not heard of that one. Tell you what, the lighting at night time is done so well, it's really convincing.
Keep right.
Keep right. God, I can't remember the last time I played a platform game. Many moons ago.
Keep left. Then turn left.
Where's he off? That's it, buddy. You just weave all over the shop.
Turn left.
looks like we're struggling a little bit up here. There we go. We'll get the run down here now. Right then, let's see if we can keep it around 70 and make a little bit of time up. So 1043, 19 hours. What was the time? Friday, 22:49. See how quick that vanishes, shall we? No turning for the time being, so we'll just crack on. Anybody else? I know Jasper has obviously tried Washington. Have you actually tried the Washington yourself, Jasper, or is it just something you've seen? I've tried not to watch too much on the Washington update because it's nice to be able to just play the game and enjoy the scenery yourself. What, the Washington update? Yeah, no, it wasn't available on CD keys. It's really weird. It's as if, I don't know. It's as if they just haven't released it. Mind you, saying that, Washington, it's on Steam for $8.99, so, you know, some of the DLC used to be £15, so for $8.99 it was like, well, I'll just pick it up. But I picked it up with a bundle with the, what was that one that was mentioned just now? I can't remember the name of it. It was, trucks or something, or something vehicles anyway, but it only came in at £9 something all in, so you save a little bit off the other pack. So look in the bundle offers, that's the one, the forest vehicles. So get it with the forest vehicles in Steam, and that's the cheapest you'll get. So instead of £8.99, I think it was £9.20 or something, I don't know. So I thought, well, I'll just do that then, because it's the best deal. Unfortunately, the save logo appears in VR up the corner. Yeah, I do a multiplayer. Usually today is the multiplayer day. We do it in ETS. But because ETS hasn't had Truckers MP updated yet, I thought, well, let's skip it for today, hopefully be ready for next weekend. We'll have a look at Washington instead. let's catch up this trail. Got a little change in the road coming up. Yeah, always check bundles, because you always find that they'll do a deal usually on the bundle. Yeah, I'm sure we could arrange something with Project Cars. I'm not too into I'm not too into Assetto Corsa multiplayer actually. It's Assetto Corsa is one of those games where I just like to dabble around with the multitude of cars and, you know, upgrade options and mods. Practice a bit of drifting now and again, but I'm terrible at drifting. But hey, practice makes perfect, right? Yeah, Wreckfest has been on the channel before. I haven't played it for a long while now. It's a good game. It's one of those games where, you know, when you're fed up of racing around a track and you just want to drive and not have a care, then yeah, get Wreckfest out and smash into some cars and what have you. It's kind of therapeutic in that respect. Time. Let's have a look. It's 2 minutes past 1 in the morning. Oh, that's a little bit unstable over that brow. Holy crap. Oh, absolutely, the racing is good fun in Wreckfest. Maybe you should look into doing a multiplayer in Wreckfest. I know they do it. Hey DJ, how you doing? Yeah, all good here, thank you very much. What have you been up to? Have you played around with VR anymore? Or have you decided to really leave it? What do you mean, try to set up ETS? Just on your monitor or in VR? Yeah, make sure with your ETS you've got to go into Properties, Launch Options, and set it to minus Oculus. And then make sure you've gone into the beta and updated to... yeah, have you downloaded the beta update as well? So go into your beta settings and set it to VR beta 1.35. Oh, weird. Should work. When you try launching, does the Oculus software launch in the background? Do a Google search for Oculus and ETS. Maybe there's something new you have to do. I must admit, you know, I only tried ATS, so I'm assuming it should be the same. I'm not aware of any differences between the two, but I can't think of what else you would have to change. I'll tell you what you could do is, instead of loading a profile that you've already used, create a new profile, just in case it's a profile issue. Hey there, it's Omi, how you doing? Yeah, there may be something like that. Give that a try. But what I would be tempted to do is go in with a new profile, just create a new profile and see whether it's a profile issue as well. Because if it starts working in a new profile, then you know that's just a setting in the old profile. How are we doing on time? 2:20, 15 hours, that's good. So at least we'll do the boring part, the trip up in the dark. Let's go for it. Hope no one comes. There we go. He's tried the F11, he tried pretty much everything. Yeah, try profile, it could be a profile issue. Yeah, that's a weird one. I'm not aware of any settings that you would need to do for head movement. I mean, each and every time I've tried when I tried the Rift S, it was tracking my movements. Yeah, they can be. Even the Vive, you know, if I move any one of these sensors, you know, like a centimeter, it'll lose, well, it doesn't lose it, but it alters the central tracking, which means for me to get it working properly, then I've got to reprogram the whole thing, which is one of the reasons why I fancy having a headset with inside-out tracking, because it is literally put it on your head, start playing, nothing to set up otherwise. I'm not looking at anything at the moment. I'm pretty much waiting for this to settle down. I've got to have a chat with a company. And get some forms filled in to see if there's any funding still available. There should be, but I've got to find out how much and what it covers. But I'm waiting to speak to those people first. Otherwise, there's a few options I've got available that I can look into. But as with anything, nothing's set in stone, you know what it's like. Oh, it'd be great if I can get it covered. Saves me having to fork out for it, which is always a bonus. Well, if you want to post a link with regards to the guide that you used, I suggest you sign up to the Discord, and you can post it in Discord if you wish. It won't let you post links in the chat, unfortunately. Just so you know. Right, I think it's starting to get a little bit lighter. Hopefully the Discord link will work in the box below. Okay, good on you. Right, time to speed back up again. We've been a bit lazy. How much faster would you say your lap times are, though? That's the question. Because if you're finding that you're like seconds faster, then it's probably the fact that you've been practicing the track more rather than the VR making that much of a difference. Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, if somebody says, here's a VR headset that'll look as good as the monitor in front of you, I'd be laughing. I'd be like, yeah, okay, give it to me, thanks. I mean, I'm kind of lucky with the Vive that I've got, because I've been able to modify the lenses. I've got away from the Fresnel, I can't even pronounce the damn thing. Those lenses that they have originally anyway, they cause so many issues for me in terms of glow and God rays and things like that. It really annoyed the crap out of me. So I was glad, and as the head starts running out of battery, I was glad that I was able to get rid of those lenses and have these clear lenses installed, because to me it makes such a big difference. There's so much more clarity just from doing that straight away. Well, you should look into that with field of view, you know, with your monitors, because adjusting your monitor right can make a difference, and it is a personal preference. So even though there's plenty of guides that will say, you know, you should be using this field of view for this size monitor and how far away you are from the monitor, take it with a pinch of salt, go to that setting and then tweak accordingly. You know, obviously don't go miles off from that figure, but the closer you can keep it to the recommended figure for your screen distance and setting, then at least then you're having a better setup in terms of how the track is presented to you on those screens. So I would always recommend doing field of view adjustments for monitors as well. Whoa, it's still a little bit. What are we on now at the moment? Let's have a look. 13 hours 23. Oh, we had to slow down then, didn't he? the git. Coming on through. I'm always happy to help. I mean, I've been using PCs for a long time, and I enjoy, you know, keeping in touch with technology, to be honest. It's just something I've always done, to be honest. So, you know, if I know the answer, I'm more than happy to help, or if I don't know, I'll at least hopefully point you in the right direction. Right. Let me make it... Oh, that's not going to accelerate that quick. There's a bus or something coming down, coach. I would go round, but yeah. We're off. No problem, I'm sure you'll get it sorted. Hopefully it'll all work out. Well, looks like we're going to have the sun coming up over the mountains over there. Should look nice. I've got the graphics on pretty much high throughout, so the graphics, this is why the resolution doesn't doesn't look as sharp as what it has done, because I've kind of notched that down so I can put the graphics up to high to enjoy the graphic quality. So things like reflections are done properly. You can see them on the hood of the truck there now. The chrome there, you can see the road behind me, and if there's any vehicles behind me, be reflected in the chrome. So it's quite good, the level of detail that comes through when you've got everything turned up to max. Mirror quality is turned up higher so I can see better out of the mirrors. But as with VR, you've always got to sacrifice somewhere, so if it's not on the, keeping the SSL lower, it's going to be on the graphic quality itself. And the SS, I mean, not SSL, I don't know why I said that. Here comes the sun. There she is over there. That's a really good sight when you catch that coming over the top of the hills. We've got to stop off at the weighbridge.
Get ready to turn left.
Question is, where's the weighbridge? It's over there. Oh, that's annoying.
Turn left.
Can't turn left, we've got to go right.
Turn left.
And we're done. So we've got 630 miles to go.
Get ready to turn left.
Should have enough fuel on board.
Turn left.
Well, assuming there's no one's coming, we'll just run straight out.
Right.
Oh, get in front. Oh, look at that for a road. Now's the time you want a sports car. Straight down there. That'll be the copper behind me, booking me all the way. Hopefully nothing decides to come around this corner. That should stop me getting tickets. So what? 11-hour trip to go. I would have thought probably in the next 5 hours we should be pretty much heading inside Washington and seeing what's going on. Make sure that's on the right setting. There we are, we'll do that one there. He's flying all over the shop. If it's not an official map that you're talking about, I wouldn't know because I've only got all the official maps. And to be honest, if you enjoy the game, I would recommend getting all the official maps. But outside of the official maps, I've not tried, to be honest. Yeah, there's a Mexico one, I've got that. They're all pretty much, you know, the same. And obviously some, you know, things like Arizona and Mexico and places like that, they're going to be a little bit bland in comparison because they pretty much, yeah, copper there, pretty much going to be bland areas anyway. But if you enjoy the game, I would recommend getting the DLC because you're just missing out, to be honest, and it gives you more jobs to do and different options. Maybe if you're stuck for a job, you'll have a different destination then. Why did you just pull out? Come on. Whoa. I already yanked the wheel over that, did.
Go straight on.
Get a bit close. Kind of back it off a little bit. That in VR is just like, whoa. Well, one day it'll be nice to have the power to run any VR headset and any game at full options and enjoy the quality from the game then, rather than having to notch it down or put up with something, you know. .571 litres, 503, so we've got enough. Yeah, holodeck, that would be a good experience, wouldn't it? I mean, when you think about it, you wouldn't really need to have a house. You just have a holodeck and you can just walk into every room that you need. And when you need to extend or have more room, you just create a new deck, or, you know, create a new simulation of a room. Oops, sorry, that was the microphone I hit with my hand. Mind your ears. Check out the dials. Come on. Let's get round. So down to 8 hours 32, 450 miles, and we're coming up to Bend. What a great name. nearly. Gotta watch those lights. Go straight on. Yes, indeed.
Keep right, then turn right.
Uh-oh, lights.
Turn right.
Uh-oh, trouble. I'm not going to weave through that one.
Go straight on.
Let's just squeeze past him. He was just being way too slow. One little thing I want to do. Graphics. Grass density. I think I want to notch that down and vegetation detail down. Leave the rest as it is. Hopefully it didn't crash the game, which is nice. I'm surprised. I would have thought that this would be... What the devil's that supposed to be? Would have thought this would have been one of the easier ones to get on with, to be honest. What you might want to do is find some standing, you know, central position only, not too much movement, and try that. Or maybe do something like ETS, but maybe force yourself to do, say, 15-20 minutes, come out and do something else. ATS is probably easier to drive point to point because it's usually straighter. Parking is more difficult in ATS, so if you like to go in and do your parking, I enjoy parking, so even if I mess it up, I find it a challenge, so I enjoy that aspect. So ATS parking is harder than ETS, but the point-to-point driving can be a bit more boring because it's less varied. Not always, like now, it's very pleasant. Doing a little too fast for down here. Got to keep an eye on the corners. Don't slow down. Let's get a move on, shall we? Right, let's slap it on 50 and leave it there for a bit. What are you slowing down for? Ooh. Yeah, it could be. I did have issues when I was trying Pro Mods, so try running it without Pro Mods. I forgot about that, to be honest. Because I don't run ETS VR, it's not something I have to deal with in ATS.
Straight on. Keep right.
But I would have thought if ETS and Pro Mods was an issue, then I would have thought the game would just crash out and not be a tracking issue. That's the strange bit. But yeah, give it a go, just in case. Report back, let us know. little look around. Still driving over roads that we've done before. Portland coming up. Kev, welcome back then. Yeah, we've got daylight now, so we'll get into the area we need to be, into Washington, with and being able to look around quite clearly, hopefully. I think it wants me down here. This is probably going to take a frame hit because there's quite a lot going on around here. But I've got to admit, these sections look really nice in VR. They're so convincing to look at. I mean, the height bike you can get from here is like, whoa, that's some serious height. Glad I don't get too sick of heights or anything. Be like, whoa, I don't want to be up here. Let's have a look over the other side. We're going to have to cut across. Have a look out.
Keep left.
Wait, he said keep left. Am I going this way? Yeah, that's just it. It is hard to describe. It is an eye-opener to what the future could be in terms of gaming. It's just not there yet. We're probably another, what? I don't know, I'd probably say we're another 5 years away, to be honest. But it's getting better each and every time, which is the good thing. You know, if we weren't seeing progress, then it would have died a death.
Keep left.
Look at that bridge. As he drifts over from lane to lane. Well, I was never convinced with 3D TV, to be honest. You know, I remember watching 3D films in the cinema going, not enjoying it. Tried a 3D TV, not enjoying it. However, put a 3D film in VR, yeah, okay, the quality is less, but by God, the effects look blooming good in VR. Way more convincing. So I think this is us going across. Yep, that's Washington. So this is all going to be new from here on in. And so far so good. This bridge is really nice. So straight away you cross over and you've got loads of different road networks going on. Lots of interesting design and buildings around you to look at.
Keep Keep left.
I like it so far. There's a fair bit of elevation change around here as well, so far. Uh-oh, I've got the shrubbery turned down too low, I think. Well, I've got to admit, so far it looks really nice. And all I've done is drive in a straight line. What's coming up? Let's have a quick check of the map, shall we? We've just gone through Longview, going to go through... well, I don't think we're going through Aberdeen, that's over to the left. Fuel wise, 349, I didn't check that. 187. No, we're not too far away. I think we've made some good time, to be honest. So when we arrive at the destination, I think we're going to tweak some settings and then we'll try a couple of short runs around Washington. We'll have a look and see what we can spy. Keep left. Trying to work out where half these roads go. They're all over the shop. Crisscrossing over you and around you.
Keep left.
And under you. Big dome.
Keep left.
There is lots of little bits of detail around here. Wow, that looks really nice. Yeah, this is going to keep you busy with looking around here. It's not short of scenery. Doesn't seem big on the map, but I think they've crammed in quite a bit by the looks of it so far. bad, is it? Quite enjoying it. Need to try and find a few more sound mods, to be honest. Try a few more out. Now he moves over, thank you. They've been busy on these road networks.
Keep left.
Wow. That's rather busy. Unexpected event. Oh, great. And we're going to try and sneak through. Blades. Sneak through. Ooh. Achievement. Look at the scenery. Oh my god, that looks good. And you're just looking up at those buildings. I mean, let's face it, the static objects are on a 3D map, but that looks pretty convincing to me. It's much better than some of the graphics they've done before. Holy moly. What's the best way to try and put it? There's a better sense of feeling that you're in a busy city with this one, and really the layout is very convincing. You know, it's. I wonder if they have mapped it on a particular city or the city. I don't even know where we are, to be honest, but all of it looks like, yeah, could be real. Wow, detail galore. Nice. I think that's a good little buy, to be honest, at $8.99.
Keep left.
Can't be too much longer now. What are we on? 65 miles, 1 hour 15. I swear, everywhere you look there's just a view or something to take in. It does indeed. I'm really impressed. I think it's probably one of my favourite ones so far. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just a shame you've got to travel all the way through the desert to get to it, you know? But hey, Gives you something to look at. And we gotta stop yet again.
Go straight on.
Sounds like he's pulling over the AI. How many police vehicles do you need? I don't know what you've done there. It doesn't come on unless you dust us. Go into your preferences and make sure the desktop theatre mode is off. If I can't remember which one it's called, but make sure there's an option there. I think you need to disable as well, but it shouldn't stop you from going into VR. And you've definitely tried that F11 trick again just to make sure, because sometimes when you first boot you have to do the F11. Once you've done it once you shouldn't have to do it again. Unless you're unlucky. I think we're in here.
You've arrived at your destination.
Come on. Whoa, that was close. I think my microphone is a little bit close. No, it's alright. That's not the one. I need that one so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, press the wrong button. Ah! Right, get that off. Am I going in between the van and the blue thing? I can't be sure. I think I am. Where's the buttons? Buttons, buttons, buttons. And first job. Nicely nice. 42 grand. A quick look at current offers. Not a lot. But it's another job within Washington. It might be worth taking that one. However, I need to change the setting on the desktop. I'll be 2 moments. Headset off. And this is the awkward part. Trying to adjust things when you can't see anything. Right. I don't know if that will be any better, but there's only one way to find out. Oh my god, I'm tangled up. I can't get it on my head. Right. We have... is it worth... Actually, before we actually take that job, let's do job freight. Yeah, that's all massive stuff there. Let's have a look. Shorter distances. I'm going to kind of keep it kind of local for now. Let's do that one. Not so much about what we've got, but that's not too far away. Right, we can get rid of that because we don't need it. Map. Let's have a look at the map, shall we? That's not the map. That's the map. Seriously? Alright, so we go down, pick up the goods, get fuel, and then we go. Okay. I wish I'd stop hitting that button. That's the battery charged up, so I can get rid of that. One less cable. Hey Brown, how you doing? Most of the highway it's been between 60 and 70. I've been enjoying it. The scenery's really nice. It's one of the good ones, to be honest. Oops, too busy looking at chat. Sorry. Yeah, but California's still a nice looking. I enjoy some of the California runs. at that wall, check it out. I can't believe I just said check out a wall. How bad does that sound? All of it looks great. I drove through like this really big city, you know, really tall buildings, and it really did feel like this could be a really bustling city. What am I hauling? Not a clue, mate. I didn't even check. I just taken jobs for the destinations. Don't you come out. So we're heading down there. We're not hauling anything yet, are we? Yeah, because we haven't picked up. I forgot. We're coming down now to pick up the job. Get ready to turn right. Whoa. We're in there. Damn it, gotta turn around. Or can we travel through here? Or does it go round? I think it may go round. It better go round. Oh shit, where's this taking me? Kids, don't do this. Right. Let's try this again, shall we? We'll go back this way. Actually, I needed to go that way and pick up fuel. I can't believe I just turned around before the fuel when I needed fuel. What an idiot. That doesn't matter. At least we know the way we're going. I think we're supposed to be in here. I've got to do automatic when I'm doing VR, because if I try changing gear with a manual, ding, it tries to load Steam VR menu, so it won't work properly. So until I can remap the controller, which so far I haven't been able to do, I'm kind of scuppered in that one. There she is. Let's go pick it up. Mind you, a lot of the trucks are automatics anyway, so it's one less thing I have to fumble around for when I can't see it. I've got it on real automatic, so I still have to shift into reverse at least, so I've got to do something. Come on, join up. Nope, we're not lined up. Oh yeah, but to be honest, I get my practice on ETS when it comes to shifting. Come on. This thing doesn't want to join. I'm going to slam it in now. Right. I had this problem before. Come on. I can't get this thing to line up. Oh my god. Oops, that was the wrong button. Oh my god. It's as if it won't go under. Oh, I can't see. That does my head in after a while. Sorry, how do you... Hey Redrun, how you doing? What do you mean settings? How do you go online? I did World of Trucks. To go online you got to download Truckers MP if you want to do multiplayer, if that's what you mean. Yeah, we're still waiting for it to be updated. Yeah, I know, but I'm wondering, is there something I should be doing with the truck? Oh, I wonder. Hold on. Where's that button? No. I wonder if I did. It should be on. Options. Yeah, number 24, which I'm sure is that one. Let me just double check. Yeah. But it hasn't got a changeable axle as far as well. There's no other option for that, is there? Don't think I'm missing anything there. Just doesn't want to hook up at all. And I know I can, bypass it if I need to. Well, I should be able to. But yeah, there's nothing there. Can't do that one. There's nothing else I can do. Off from driving at full speed. Just I'm gonna swing by. Nope. Just getting trailer damage. How do you, do you know what? I've never actually had to modify anything to get a trailer on. Automatic drop. Okay. Put that on just in case. I can't think of anything else. Well, you could, but to be honest, I've never had an issue. Only one other time I've had an issue trying to get a trailer hitched up, and then I just went round the circle, did it again, and it went on. But this one, I'm definitely not lined up there. Don't know if I can hit the accelerator and do this. I haven't really got this lined up. Not quite lean up that far. Ooh. Well, bugger me. Well, Bob, that worked. I don't know why it worked, because I didn't do anything different. Unless, of course, it was one of those buttons I pressed in the menu just before I did that. Either way, thanks very much. I'll talk about a pain in the ass. Right, we need to go right out of here, get fuel, and then we can head on. Ooh, watch the trailer. Taking it a bit sharp there. Just got away with it. That's a longer trailer than the last one. So how you doing, Red One? What have you been up to? Oh, Jesus, I thought I was going to rear-end them. That was close. I was stamping on that pedal so hard. Oh, party animal you now, wouldn't it? You'd be like, okay, let's party. Well, we all party different ways, but as long as you're enjoying yourself, who cares? So, 60 down here. Tried upping the resolution a little bit, but I think it's suffering with the frames ever so slightly. I'm not quite sure what the stream is doing. Hopefully the stream is smooth, but it's kind of hard to tell when you've got your head stuck inside one of these things. Hello, mister. This Porsche. Oh, hold on a minute. Fuel. Did I actually stop for fuel? No, I didn't. Shit. I've done it again. Where's the button I need? there. Okay. Got to do the inspection and then keep an eye out on the map for fuel. Yeah, I know. Looks like there's a fuel stop ahead. We'll have to come off and nip over to that. $34 tons. Take care, Red One.
Keep left.
Right, I'm gonna have to make a detour by the looks of it. It doesn't want to move.
Turn left.
Right, heading into there.
When possible, make a U-turn. Reroute. When possible, make a U-turn. Reroute. When possible, make a U-turn.
Let's fill her up. Right, hold on, before we go. It's 2052. I've got 8 hours to get there. Okay, we're gonna have to drive through the night for this one. Oh, don't tell me I dropped the trailer by accident. Thank you. I was hoping to get some sleep, to get some daylight shared on this, but yeah, job's not going to allow us.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right. Get ready to turn left.
whoa, 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 whoa. That was a bit sharp. Yeah, they've got a few workshop mods downloaded on ATS, quite a few downloaded on ETS as well. There's also a few mods that I don't download through the workshop, things like Jazzy Cat's AI and traffic packs and things like that. Very well worth having. I mean, look at that view over there. That's like, makes you just want to go, yeah, let's take a detour that way. Yeah, realistic traffic packs. That's part of what Jazzy Cat's, but with Jazzy Cat's it does load of extra added cars and what have you. Wow, that looks really nice. I'm kind of glad I did this in VR. As part of the new update, with the 1.35 update for ETS and ATS, you now get a voice navigation included. And you can choose the voice, or you can download voices done by other people. Hold on. It's a shame it's getting to night time now, I'm going to miss the scenery. No! Whoa. Watch the signposts. This looks like it's a really good road. Nice little twisties up through the mountains. Yeah, you got to keep an eye on the old GPS. But yeah, the voice navigation, I didn't think I would enjoy it. But if you set it... There was a mod you can download as well, which stops some of the crap it says at the beginning and at the end, which, you know, it's just not needed. And I've chosen the most basic voice, calming voice, nothing too intrusive. And to be honest, I'm okay with it. And certainly for VR it helps, because it saves me having to look at the map all the time. I mean, even in the dark I can see what's going on here, and it looks really nice. This would be even way more enjoyable in the day, but this looks like it's a good section of road. How many companies do you know support their games like this for such a long period of time? There's not a lot. You know, they'll go so far, they get the money out of it, and they'll move on to the next version. So they've... One thing you can say is this game has lasted a long time. It's been a good investment. Yeah, GTA, they've done quite well there. But they'll stop development for that and move on to the next one soon enough. I mean, this one's probably been going on for longer than that, you know? Crikey, I can't even recall when the development for this game actually started. Tell you what, let's put full beam on. pee everybody off, but we get to see a little bit more. There we are, 2012 for ETS. That's a fair stretch. I mean, even in the dark, you can tell where this road is going. So this is really nice. We're just winding our way up this hillside, so it'd be really nice if I can get to drop this job off, get another job, and come back this way, so we get to see day and night. So now we're going down the other side, so that means if we're coming back this way, we've got another hefty hill. Oh, absolutely. There's quite a bit of elevation around here, because if it's not just road networks twisting and overpass, underpass, things like that, then yeah, you've got the mountains as well. So what have we got? 1 hour to go to get there, and it's 23:46. Yep, gotta use the trailer brake. And the retarder, the engine, if you need it, get it all on. I got itchy nose.
Keep left.
Keep left. of a green state. That's 3 of 16 for the achievements. It's going good. Oh, I'm motoring through here. We're only supposed to do 45. Well, I'm doing 65. Yeah, okay.
Keep left, then turn left.
Whoa, that was close. Is it my turn? Yes. This is a big sucker. That's a lot of logs. How am I going to do this one? That's the question. Et voilà. Eek. Don't like that. Right, let's do drive. I need to check out the map. Right. Not much of a choice. There's a fuel stop. I was hoping that would kind of be like a rest stop. Might be one tucked behind that fuel stop though. If we do jobs, what do we have? Well, we've got a few that go back in the direction we came from. We got anything in the opposite direction? Go straight down into Oregon. Don't particularly want to go that way. And the rest of this is going to be way too long. Ah, that sucks. Thinking that one. Oh, it's going to rain as well. Oh, don't tell me I've only got any windscreen wipers. Seriously?
Turn left. Go straight on.
Yep, gotta get ready. Right, options, keys. Where's my windscreen wipers? A wiper is here somewhere. Wiper. Huh. It's now that one. There we go. Right. Take job. Right, where have you plonked it? Must be tucked behind then, is it? rear end. Permit. This is looking pretty cool in VR. This is going to be, what, another 4 hours. Might keep an eye out.
Go straight on.
Hey Ofki, how you doing? I'm doing very well, thank you. Enjoying a bit of the new update, getting some of the Washington views coming in. Keep an eye out for a place to rest, I think. Even if I end up being late, I want to get a bit of daytime in. So you're pretty mad on your ATS. Have you already got your Washington update, or are you planning to get that later? Oh, there's a rest stop down there. Sorry, hit the microphone again. Keep forgetting I've got it set low. Is he gonna turn into me? You better not. Really? 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 Into the black we go. No, don't stop.
Keep right.
Well, if I were you, I'd purchase it as a bundle, because they had forest vehicles or something as a bundle with this. So instead of $8.99, it was like £9.10 or something silly. So I thought, well, you may as well spend the extra couple of pennies on getting the vehicle pack. Ah, there we are. Which is unfortunate, this job and the last job have both been nighttime. It's like, no, I want daytime! Right, so we will find a rest stop shortly. I don't care if we lose money, we're going to have a bit of daytime so we can see. In the meantime, there's some high beam for you. Check it out! Ooh, yeah! Right, what's going on? Something on the left? Can we drive in here? Or have I just turned in the wrong way? I think I've turned in the wrong one. Haha! We didn't want to come in this one. It was the next one down. Kind of tempted to drive over, but that's not going to work. No, I can't see a sausage by it. I'll probably end up reversing it to something I shouldn't. Is that a trailer over there? Yep, that's a trailer. I think I know what I'll do. Let's make it easy for me. Right, where's my buttons? Right, that should do. Wow, look at that driver go. 11 grand. Cheers. Cool. Nothing like a bit of daylight. Get out of here. Close. Get ready to turn the right. I have to try and get this thing up to 60. fuel, 1,370 miles we can travel. We have 136 to go, 2 hours 35. Thank God for that. So this is all new section that we haven't seen. Really good. No, definitely worth the 899, that's for sure. And I've only seen a fraction of it. The mountains around here have done really well. Let's get over a little bit. Get a little bit of... Okay, yeah, that's convincing. Let's get over the other side. Let's have a look. Trying to take in some of the views. Can't quite make that one out. I don't particularly want to crash. Oh wow, there's a road tucked over there, just behind those trees. That'll be interesting. There's the biker going, "What are you doing? Get off the road! Stop weaving from side to side." Check out that hill. Unfortunately, it's not one you can get on because it's not mapped.
Keep right, then turn right. Turn right. Keep left.
Ain't got much option. It's the only way to go. So what are we, back up to 60? Squeeze it through. There's another town city area. Oh, look at that big Kenworth place. aye, Captain. Keep on left. I do like these road networks they've done.
Keep right, and then exit right.
So we're going down there.
Exit right.
Good, we can bypass that one.
Keep left.
Don't want to go too fast, it's getting a little bit wobbly. We've driven past this bit before, if I remember correctly. It did look very good. Wonder if we're going to go past that city section again, because I really did enjoy it. There's the destination.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right. Keep right, and then turn right.
No, only the one that you mentioned. Haven't found anything that I really like the sound of otherwise. I mean, this is pretty good, to be honest, but I was looking for something a little bit different, but nothing that I like the sound of, so I'll stick with this for now. I'll keep on looking, obviously, but maybe there is nothing in ATS at the moment where I'm going to be going, ooh, fancy that.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit left. Keep right, and then keep left.
Trucking headquarters.
Keep left, then turn left. Turn left.
It's got some good buildings. I like these. Sell goods.
You've arrived at your destination.
Whoops. Watch the trailer on the ball. Come on, scrape it all the way down. That's the way. Oops. And that's another one. 25 instructor. Where are we? Right, and it's getting to 11:30. I am gonna leave it there because my eyes are just drying up lumps of bleh at the moment. So that was a quick look at Washington. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I certainly have enjoyed this, and from the little bit that I've seen so far, it's worth the $8.99 to me. I'm definitely going to be coming back to ATS probably this weekend, maybe before then actually, because I'm quite enjoying it at the moment. So take care, thanks for watching, and as always, I shall see you guys in the next one. So bye for now.